and I was because he was seeing what he's looking for or whatever. And I said, well, it's funny if I say this exact same thing, I'm being too picky. I just know what I want, and I'm very vocal about what I want, and I'm being
but he'll get laid just to get laid too.
Yeah.
Therein lies the difference.
But I don't need that. I mean,
it's what he's looking for in a relationship.
He didn't want a relationship.
But if somebody's going to throw some ass at him, my man's going to take it.
I don't know. I can't speak for him.
You want to bet?
I don't know.
I'll speak for his ass.
He did. But then when I said that I get called picky, he said, you are. And I'm like, oh.
See what I'm saying?
I'm like, I don't know.
It's not just me.
Yeah, whatever. I like what I like.
We just want you to find some love.
What about some fun? I just want to find fun.
Fun. Join a runners club.
It's too summery for that.
You could it's already 80 degrees, so we don't run anymore.
It's literally getting hotter by the day. That's the whole. It's gonna be 90 something for Easter. What? What?
I love that though. I moved here. We moved here for that, our family.
Let's drag it out. Let's drag a little. I get it. I'm actually kind of prepared. It's April. We
could be living in crappy New York where it's all cold all the time.
Snow? Someone said it snowed yesterday or something.
No, not here. Maybe
in Syracuse.
Maybe Syracuse might have got it. Yeah, it's been cold, man.
What do you mean snow? It's April. Let's move on.
40. I think it's 49 today.
I'm not doing that,
dude. It sucks.
Yeah, sorry about your luck. Sorry about our son.
It's supposed to hit a whopping 71 on 71 on Saturday. That's the big day.
Oh, that's cold.
Right. Saturday's going to be 71.
That's our low.
Break out the bathing suits.
I know.
71.
I think that's our low on Saturday. It's going to be the overnight with my windows open.
Do not miss Canada for that exact reason. The cold.
How did your family go from Trinidad to Canada?
It was my...
Right? Is that they were... Your parents are from Trinidad?
Yeah.
So they're first generation here?
Yeah. My pops was playing I think it was called NASL at the time or whatever.
Oh yeah, get out of here. He was playing for who?
It was like a team in Ottawa or something. It was like one team in Canada.
No, there was Vancouver.
Maybe it was Vancouver.
The Vancouver Whitecaps.
Was it the Vancouver Whitecaps back then still?
Yes, it was.
Okay.
Whitecaps, I love it.
Yes, it was. I believe, if I remember correctly, I watched the New York Cosmos play the Vancouver Whitecaps for they called the NASL championship was called the Soccer Bowl.
The Soccer Bowl.
True story.
I love how you can remember the white caps or snow caps or whatever you're saying, but you can't remember what you had for lunch yesterday.
Ready for this, Monica? There was the Vancouver Whitecaps. There was the New York Cosmos. There was the Tampa Bay Rowdies.
Oh, that was that? I love the Rowdies.
Fort Lauderdale Strikers.
I remember that.
This is the NASL stuff.
You're saying that like I know the difference between that and anything else.
NASL is basically what
North
the MLS
America.
is now.
What's the difference between them? Okay.
They were there first. It was a North American soccer league, right?
It was the first big professional league. Yeah. And it drew. Like, we would go to Giant Stadium, and when those playoffs, it was 70,000.
Yeah, they had some of the biggest players like Beckenbauer and stuff.
We had Beckenbauer, Giorgio Canaglia. We had Pele.
These are like big names of football.
Who was the guy on the Rowdies with the big hair? Remember him?
That was my friend's dad, Carlos Valderrama.
Valderrama, that's who it was. Yeah, I liked him.
You were friends with Valderrama's kid?
Grew up with him. He played on my team. He lived across the street from me.
Get out of here. That's awesome.
Yeah, I think I told you
this.
The
greatest hair in Colombia.
Yeah, I think I told you this. They had a 30 for 30 on the two Escobars, the one who let the own goal in, and then Pablo Escobar, no relation. Who used to basically fund the Colombian national team and fly them to his compound to train.
Right.
In the 30 for 30, there's a scene where Carlos Valderrama is holding a baby and he's next to Pablo Escobar, and that's my boy. That's my boy Kenny.
Oh my God, that's crazy.
He was right next to Escobar.
That's awesome.
In that 30 for 30 where you said there's the one that let in the own goal.
Yeah.
They killed that guy on the tarmac, didn't they?
No, they killed him. So when they came back, I think they came back. Yeah, they came back, and they all were going out, and they're like, don't go out tonight. And he's like, I got to go out. I got to kind of face the music, and show people that, like, I'm owning my mistake. They murdered him.
Yeah, I thought they killed him like right on the tarmac.
No, they got killed like outside of a club or something like that. But those guys, they were found within like 2 hours, and they were found in like a what's it called? Like a big trash can, not a trash can. What am I?
The guys that killed him were found?
Yeah,
like a barrel?
Barrel, thank you. Their body parts were just in barrels.
The 55-gallon drum?
Yeah, exactly. So it's crazy. Like I never knew all of that until I watched the 30 for 30 and saw. I was like, it's Kenny next to Pablo Escobar.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There's a couple of places where I would love to go see a game. I would like to go to. I would love to see a Serie A game. I want to go up to go see Christian Pulisic play up at AC Milan. I'd like to see that.
You better be throwing the Rowdies in there somewhere because that's an awesome venue. It's an awesome time.
But the level is so low.
Ew.
It's like
it is.
It's
but
just
if you're a soccer fan
I understand.
and you
but
like
what
Tampa.
But he's talking about bucket lists more.
I'm talking about trips like to where soccer is huge and they're waving flags and they're killing
Smoke
people if they
bombs.
let the ball in.
Yeah,
that kind of thing.
What's the name of that section that they have here at the Rowdies? It's the people they have. It's
nothing compared to the
whole-
hooligans over there in Europe.
Yeah. And I'd like to go to a game in South America. I would like to go to
Let me ask you this:
maybe an Argentina game or something.
you watch it and you know the names of and you remember all this. I keep saying snow cap, but that's a candy. Like the
White
Caps.
White Caps and all of
Vancouver
that.
Whitecaps.
Yeah, you know all that, but you won't watch the UFL.
No.
I
don't watch that now.
I don't even understand what the comparison
I'm
is.
saying there's random teams that who knows who they are or whatever, and you watch them, but you won't watch UFL, which is like a national thing.
Right now, comparably, so when he watched it, because I wasn't really born and stuff, the NASL, that was the level of MLS. That was still high up. That was the highest over here. Now it's like basically semi-pro here, and I'm not watching that. Like I'll go to a Rowdies game, but like
It's
a lot
fine.
of variables have to happen. I have to have free tickets. I have to have time. You know what I mean? Because
I
the
don't
level is lower than what I'm used to.
I don't, but see, but I guess that's where I'm confused because, and same, I guess I'll bring up the UFL again. Is like, I love football, so I don't look at it levels. I like college. College is a lower level, but I love that. I like the UFL. I liked the XFL.
I mean, there's a top like England, Italy, France, Germany, Spain. Those are the top leagues. But I'll still go watch like a Dutch league game or
I'll watch a game on TV.
Yeah.
But I'm not gonna. If there's nothing else on, I'll just watch soccer to watch soccer.
Yeah.
I think that's what that's where I'm at. I'll watch football to watch football. It's the UFL.
There was a Toronto team. It was where is it? The Toronto. Ah, damn it! Here it is. Hold on. There was a lot of teams. Toronto had that's right, the San Jose Earthquakes.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah.
The San Jose Earthquakes.
Why do I want to watch all
had-
of these games? I don't know. It seems cool.
Yeah, no, it was fun times, man. I was little.
different.
There was one of those moments when the Toronto Blizzard.
Oh
Was
yes,
the-
that
was
was
the
it.
team.
Yeah, because he has. I do have the jersey.
There was the Buffalo Blizzard soccer team before. That's interesting. This is
The
forever ago.
DC. There was a DC team that was the Diplomats, the Minnesota Kickers.
That's a dumb name.
I know. I think the LA Aztecs was a team too.
They had Buffalo as the city. They like nominate and then vote on team names. Buffalo Blizzard, and that's how they came up with that. I wonder if the Kickers. I wonder if half of these names, like the Snowcaps. I wonder if any of them were
Whitecaps.
Oh,
God
I'm
damn
sorry,
it.
Whitecaps. My bad. I love Snowcaps. My bad.
The Vancouver Snickers.
Right.
Hey, Snowcaps are good. But I wonder if that's what they had because it's always a weird. It always feels like, are they really voting? Is this name already picked and we're just pretending that names were nominated and voted on? I don't know. That's always weird to me. But some of these names like Kickers, I feel like, yeah.
He only
Seattle
played like 2 games,
The Seattle Sounders were in the NASL as well in the beginning.
What's a sounder? I gotta know what a sounder.
I guess the sound the sound is a body of water off of Seattle.
Sounders.
I forgot the name of it. They called them the Sounders. Yeah, man. It was fun times. I had that moment, when you're a little kid, and like I went to a soccer game before I ever went to any other game, like a baseball game or anything. And I remember, there's in the old Giant Stadium, like we were sitting in the cheap seats, and then there's a long escalator that takes you all the way like to the top tier.
Yeah.
And I remember just coming off the escalator, walking out and just seeing the field. And as like a 5-year-old kid who soccer was everything to me at 5 years old,
Yeah.
like that was it. That was it. My eyes were just boom. My eyes were just wide open. Like this is the greatest thing. Do you ever remember that scene in Rudy when the father finally got to go to a game at Notre Dame? This is the most beautiful sight these eyes have ever seen. It was like that. It was like that moment. And your eyes
Better moment.
just like
That
boom.
or the first time you saw a pair of boobs.
Boobs.
Hey, you were just going on and on and on about how unbelievable
Boobs
it
are
was.
awesome.
Boobs are great.
They're just
They're
boobs.
so,
So awesome.
they're
That was
so
an experience.
great.
Yeah.
Wow. Okay.
They are so great.
All right.
My
They
friend,
really are. To this day, still good.
yeah, that's
So
true.
great.
Hasn't lost his flair at all.
Right.
It's got better. If anything, the stock went up for me.
I'm still buying.
My boy, like, I played at a high level here, but I, obviously for what you found out, I stopped playing and stuff.
Yeah.
My boy actually made it to the MLS and he played
Oh, yeah?
college. Yeah, and he had a good run.
Valderrama's kid?
No, not him. This is another friend I had. His name was Jeremy Hall. He won like Maryland's NCAA. They won and they faced like my other friend's team, and I was like, oh, that could have been. He went all around the MLS. He played like with Henri, and then he came to Toronto, and I was living there at the time, and it was awesome. I get to go to the games and all this. But what was really dope was he was at the time playing with Josie Altidore and Michael Bradley.
Okay.
And they remembered me because when we played in high school, they played for IMG, and the team I played for beat them, and I scored a header past Josie Altidore, who's a tall kid, but he didn't jump for the ball because he thought, oh, this little small kid's not going to jump or nothing. And I jumped and passed him and headed the goal, and we won. And they're like, you're the kid. You never grew. I'm like, yeah, I never grew, dog. Still headed over you, dog. But,
Yeah.
So it was a cool, like, full circle moment because I was like, oh.
Is Valderrama still in the area?
Yeah, he moved, like, the dad or?
Yeah, the father.
No, he's living like a king in Colombia.
He's back in Colombia?
Yeah.
Has he still got the giant afro? Monica, Google
Yeah.
image, Carlos Valderrama. Wait till you see that hair.
I will. Oh no, that was one thing I remembered. Valderrama.
He would come to our games. No one's watching the game. They're all trying to get autographs from him. So he kind of like would not come just because he didn't want his son to not like, have attention. People are all going to be watching your dad. And
It's the one-two punch with the mustache too. It's like the hair, and then you have the porn stash. That's
he was called the Kid, LP Bay.
His son was?
No, that's what Valderrama's nickname was. LP
was
Bay,
it?
the Kid, yeah.
Rowdy's had a thing one night when we first moved here. This is in 1999. We had just moved here like maybe 2 months. And my ex was big into soccer. Like he was setting his alarm to get up to watch the 3 a.m. Like he loved
Yeah.
soccer. Anyway, so he was all excited about this because, they don't have that in Buffalo. So they had this night, Rowdy's had this thing where you could go on the field after the game, and like and the players were there and whatever. And so I have a picture of myself on the field for that. I should post that for Throwback Thursday. Anyway, and so then they were like lined up. We didn't get one individually with this guy or whatever, but he was there, and it was it was nice.
He barely
So
speaks English.
Oh yeah, I didn't talk.
Yeah.
I didn't talk to him.
In your phone, you know where you can find a photo of you on the Rowdies field from 20-something years ago?
Girl, hang on.
I can't find anything on my phone.
But you don't know how to search. Like you
I
don't
don't
have to
know
like
how
go
to
through
search.
each and every one.
Because you know what it is, and this is on me. I take full responsibility. It is a flaw in my humanness. Just give me the phone.
Yeah.
I just want to, you know what I'm saying? Like, unbox it. I got to make phone calls. I got to text. That's what I need it for. I don't know. Like, I don't
You're
have.
not using. Then in my head.
I'm not using this phone for 1% of what it can do.
Exactly. And so in my head, and I know you said this yesterday about your father having 3 flip phones left over in your house. You could literally have a flip phone. You don't
If I didn't have to do like if I didn't have to do ABC, A, RST to write the word
Oh, like the
cat.
3-letter? Yeah, no, that's
Right.
the worst. Yeah, that's the worst. Just then something between a flip phone and you don't need to spend thousands of dollars on a damn ass iPhone.
100%.
You can get like
I will use this phone until until it stops working. I'm not getting any more phones.
You don't game on it. I'm assuming you don't play,
Nope.
video games on
Nope.
it. Do you? Well, you use it for music though, don't you?
Social. I use it for music. Well, that's the thing. I use it for music, but I could bring it in and just use it as an iPod.
Yeah, you can stream it. You don't got to download anything, and so you don't need storage for that. Yeah, you could have about a mid-grade. It doesn't have to be the best, but it doesn't have to be a flip.
I could have the lowest phone and be fine. But what happens when I go in there? I'm like, just give me the one with I need, because I have thousands of songs on the hard drive of the phone.
Oh.
Because I got sucked into iTunes early on. So when iTunes became a thing, I moved all of my CDs into
Oh my God.
into
Wait,
iTunes.
hold on. You did that, or you paid your son to do it?
I did that.
Oh wow! You don't have the patience
that
for
was
that.
before kids.
Oh wow!
That was before kids.
iTunes.
And I did all that.
Not fun.
And now, they ended up going on a hard drive. I don't even know where that computer is. But now every time you get a new phone, the only songs that come over are the ones that you downloaded from iTunes.
Why don't you just? I know you don't like it.
I don't know, Monica.
Spotify. You don't have to worry about any of that.
I'm
You have
not
an
giving them any
account,
money.
and it goes straight to you.
No.
You open the new account on your new phone,
I'm
and it's
not
all
paying
done.
for music. I have
You
thousands
don't
of
pay
songs.
for it. It's you can get the free one. You'll just have to listen to commercials every half an hour, and it's like a minute and a half of commercials every half an hour, and you're good to go.
Yeah. You're probably right. You're probably right.
Can't you just write it off?
I'll give you the W on that.
That's true.
I write it off on my taxes.
It's $11.99 for Spotify for the year, unless you get a family one or whatever. So whatever 12 times 12 is 144.
Yeah.
Right.
That's it. You've thrown money at way lesser problems, sir.
It's a work expense for me.
It's not because I don't look at it as a problem. I don't think about it, to be quite honest with you. I don't really think about it all that often. But yes, I can definitely. If they gave me and I sit and scroll on Instagram and that kind of stuff, or
I'm
Facebook.
kind of impressed by that.
You have the basic account, or did
I
you
do.
pay
No,
for the with the commercials?
I do Couponica. No, I have basic right now because if you wait it out, which is just a few months 2-3 months, then they always offer 3 months for $9.99.
Yeah.
And then I'll have to go a month or two with commercials, and then they'll throw me again $9.99.
Just pay the extra $1.
Yeah, no, I don't.
I had the basic one, and this was back when, like 2020, when I was just like dating. And I remember I pulled up to the light listening to music, and the song ended. There was these fine girls next to me,
And
and the commercials come on. They started laughing. I go, "Well, gotta get the whole
that
account
is-
now. I don't
yeah,
want this to ever happen again.
That is weird.
This is traumatic."
They
Like
were
an
all-
audible laugh. I heard it from their side. Like,
It's
oh
kind of
god,
funny,
yeah.
though.
How the hell did we get on the NASL? Oh, because I wanted to know what your parents, how they ended up from going from Trinidad. So was he playing for Toronto or was he playing for
No,
Vancouver?
I thought it was Toronto. So, because I thought it was Ottawa or Toronto. I remember the Blizzard now because I have he has the jersey.
That's
He
cool.
played like 2 games and he got his knee blown out, and it was like a career-ending injury.
That's the worst.
Yeah, so thankfully he was good with like numbers.
And you
he
stayed
wasn't-
there?
Yeah, which was
Why?
well, we weren't going to go back to Trinidad, right? So we didn't.
Were you born yet?
When he got injured,
Yeah.
no, I wouldn't have been.
And
Or
his
no, I would have been a
Trinidadian-
baby. I would have been a baby. Yeah.
And his Trinidadian blood didn't say, "Get me out of the goddamn cold. I need pineapples and palm trees quick."
I think they were more like enjoying living in a first world type country than a
Got
third
it.
world. And then
Yeah.
don't forget, my mom had left a long time ago because of the murder. Remember I told you that? Her friend got
right,
beheaded?
right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So he was just like, nah, I'm just gonna stay and, work here hard. And his dad had already left and lived in New York. He was actually living in New York in Queens, I think, or something
Okay.
like that. With his next family. So
Good Greek food in Queens.
yeah. So when we heard the opportunity to come to Florida, we're like, yeah.
Bet
Hot
your ass.
weather and beaches, yeah.
Smart move.
Yeah.
We're going to take a break. When we come back, I think Monica's dreams are actually coming true. Believe it or not. We'll get to that next. It's JP 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. I'll be right back.
You're listening to JP on 1025 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic.
Businesses invite you into their store to spend money so they can make a profit. This means that under the law, they have a duty to maintain a safe premises.
Whether it's a leak on the floor, bad lighting, an item falling off a shelf, or if you're attacked on the premises, it doesn't matter.
Stores have a legal duty to keep you safe on their property.
Our responsibility at Farah & Farah is to protect you when they don't.
Tampa.
Looking for expert construction services in Tampa Bay? Waterman Construction Group is your go-to for commercial and residential projects. From demolition to new HVAC, patios, pavers, and driveways, they've got you covered. Whether it's a new build, remodel, or storm repair, Waterman Construction handles your project from start to finish with personalized service, honest pricing, and guaranteed same-day response. Visit watermanconstructiongroup.com or call 813-715-7383. Waterman Construction, your vision is their mission. Tell them Mike Caldesea.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic, you know where to go.
And a lot of people, when they come in, they'll say, I'm usually much more active, but since I've been in pain, I've had to limit the activities I'm doing.
You're listening to Janelle, arch support specialist at the Good Feet store.
He came in and he wanted to be able to keep up play sports with his kids. From there, we figure out which arch supports complement those activities. I fit him with the arch supports, and as I followed up with him, he's messaged me and said, I took my kids to the park today. We're walking, we're exercising, riding the bikes, and those are all things that he wasn't doing before because he was in pain.
For over 25 years, the Good Feet store's arch support specialists have been helping folks to live the life they love without foot, knee, hip, or back pain getting in the way.
Our goal is to have that long-term change for them. That's what's most important, is knowing that you leave an impact on someone's life. And I like that.
Try them for yourself. Stop in for a free personalized fitting and test walk at the Good Feet store.
Visit any of our 5 locations throughout Tampa, St. Petersburg, and Sarasota, and at goodfeet.com.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through April 15th, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now at Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
This fall,
the police coming straight from the underground.
Ice Cube is bringing truth to power.
Am I iller? Then a natural born killer.
You know how we do. Featuring 4 decades of attitude, a musical production like he's never done before. Taking the stage at Amalie Arena, September 11th. Ice Cube, Truth to Power Tour. 4 decades of attitude.
Straight out of Compton, it's a crazy brother named Ice Cube.
On sale Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
Pollen season is here, and the only way to ensure that your car is truly clean every day is the unlimited membership plan from Bubble Down Car Wash. With locations in Tampa, Brandon, Riverview, Wesley Chapel, and a new location in Palm Harbor, you'll have the cleanest car in town every time you bubble down.
Insurance companies often play tough, offering you the bare minimum for your injuries. But why settle for less? With me, Mo DeWitt, your Tampa injury attorney, you pay nothing unless we win. Don't let the insurance companies push you around. Injured on the go, just call Mo.
Spring into savings at Crown Kia because it's all about location, location, location.
And Abby, it's all about selection, selection, selection. We have a sea of new Kias out there.
Over 400 new Kias available to choose from. Hurry in to shop our huge selection of no tariff inventory and save on a new Kia. Drive for only $219 a month.
Plus, no market adjustment or dealer installed options.
Crown Kia, the better way to buy.
And service.
CrownKia.com. For lease information and more details, call 1-800-371-0942.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, Accident Attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, back to JP.
It's JP 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Monica with me, Dizzy with me. 800-771-1025. Monica's been asking everybody who's not from Florida to leave Florida for as long as I know her. I do
Stay away, go away.
Yeah,
leave.
they're taking our jobs.
Taking our job.
Taking our job.
You know what's funny? I drove past I was going to a car dealership with my son the other day, and I drove past a Home Depot, and there was a line of migrant workers, like I guess just sitting there waiting to see if anybody would pick them up. That's been a thing. And when that whole conversation started like 20 years ago, for whatever reason on Long Island, it was a huge issue.
Oh, yeah?
Huge.
What, the taking our jobs,
issue.
that thing?
Huh?
The taking our jobs, that?
It was all these migrants, and they were outside of the Home Depots, and the construction guys and the guys that were doing that kind of work on homes, they would go to Home Depot and picking up, and then people complaining about the jobs and undercutting the salaries and blah, blah, blah. It was a huge thing. But I haven't heard that. They're taking our jobs. They just brought me right back there. I was just reading this thing from Fox 13 talking about, I guess there's a sharp decline in people moving to Tampa. And it's like a fire sale.
Yeah.
And I'm like, you know what? I've been looking because, with my daughter getting ready to go to UT, to have a place down there, maybe that she can get residency or, rent it to students.
You're part of the problem,
whatever.
JP.
Yeah.
Huh?
You're part of
Why
the
am I part
problem, buying up stuff for the ridiculously high prices because you can, and nobody down here can afford anything.
Well, that's what I'm saying. It says here it's like a fire sale. I'm like, I'm looking at the numbers. It doesn't feel like a fire sale.
Honestly, it is slowly coming down. I'm actually looking because my lease expires in July. So I've been just kind of shopping around, seeing what's out there. And compared to the last 3 years, basically since COVID, when everything just went up ridiculously up, it's slowly, it's not immediate, but it's slowly declining, and I'm liking it.
Would you move to St. Pete and stuff? Never. Why? Because I know when me and Nicole were looking to move out, there was a lot of homes available. They were like one bedrooms. That's why we didn't look at it. But there's tons of them in St. Pete.
There are.
But you wouldn't want a home. You don't want to rent a house.
I'm looking. Yeah, no, I would. As long as I'm renting. I'm looking at everything: condos, townhomes, houses.
Why would you want to rent a house? But now all of a sudden you're responsible for the lawn.
Not if I'm renting.
Everything.
No, that's not my responsibility.
It is.
No.
Though. When you rent a home, it is.
Not here. Not here.
It depends.
If there's an HOA, then they're handling all the lawn nonsense. And I'll probably have to pay an HOA fee too, which I did in the condo I had before I lived here. I paid an HOA fee and rent, and then again they handled all the lawn and.
Yeah, my old place that I used to have with my roommate, we had all that. We paid for it obviously, but he had it taken care of, the landlord. He's like, if you want, these are the things and blah blah blah, and anything goes wrong, we go through him. He's like the middleman, and he goes and talks to
for that stuff in the house, like if the dishwasher breaks, whatever.
No, I'm talking about the lawn stuff too, lawn and pool.
But you paid for it.
Yeah.
Yeah, well, she'd still pay for it.
Yeah.
She knows she's paying for it.
100%.
She's saying, but it's taken care of.
Okay,
I got you. I know what you're saying.
For sure. I'll tell you, and so I've been looking, and not only have the prices come down, I have been doing my homework because I'm a nerd, and I've been looking at same square footage, same area, and what rent is being charged now. And it's less. It's a couple $100 less than what I'm getting charged now. And so I went directly into my actual complex and looked at if you moved.
You throw your pecker right up on the table?
Yeah,
Girl.
drop it.
Girl.
Make that thing thud.
Girl.
Throwing your D around a little bit?
I grew a big old D. And because I looked in the website that of the complex I'm on now, and not only is it $200 cheaper for the same exact apartment on
their website?
Yes, on the second floor. But they're also having move-in specials. So $500 off, blah blah. All I'm saying is, so I go to this chick and I put up my big D and I screenshot. I showed him. I said, this is this price. I said, this is a comparison for another one that's less. And I said, you're having moving specials. I said, I don't expect any moving specials, but I have never paid my rent late.
We got
all excited.
Yeah.
And I've been here 5 years. I'm a loyal, good tenant. There's been no complaints on me, blah, 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 blah. And she was just shocked. Nobody's supposed to do their homework or something. We're not supposed to.
Right.
Because they had sent me a letter of renewal.
Yeah, they were trying to be sly and they got caught. Uh-oh.
They did. They sent me a letter of renewal and they thought I was supposed to be happy because it was $15 cheaper than what I'm paying now. And I'm supposed to be, it's going down.
Yeah.
No. You're going down like my mom on a first date.
Yeah, that's what I'm talking about.
None of this is happening today. So I'm excited. She said she had to speak with corporate, blah, blah, blah. But
I thought you wanted to get out of that complex.
I do, but I really think if this is the trend and if people are leaving, like you said, Tampa in fire sale, whatever, then I think next year will be even better, or at least 6 months or so. You know what I mean? At least in a little bit of time. So I think we're at the beginning of it now. And if I can stay, because moving's a pain in the ass.
Yeah.
So why didn't you, because I think we skipped over, why wouldn't you move to St. Pete?
I don't want to live in Pinellas. And this is going to sound horribly, it's going to sound snobby, and everybody's going to yell at me. I'm sorry, Pinellas Onionites, but it just feels dirty over here.
Oh, wow.
I don't know why.
You're
I don't know why. I know. It's just not my vibe. It's not my thing. And where I live now, it just feels shiny and new. And
Can I just say this? And I mean no disrespect. And I got a very small snapshot. But you sent us the picture out of your window to the guy that you thought was being creepy.
Yeah.
That had the blinds were always wide open and that kind of thing.
Yeah.
That place doesn't exactly look like Shangri-La.
No, I will. First of all, you saw the gross part. You saw the gross part of where like his representation is bad. You're right, but they're also in the middle of painting. So there's stuff. There's like writing on the walls, and half of it's whitewashed or whatever you call it, pressure washed, and half of it's not. And they're right in the middle of painting it a whole new color. So it's really not.
It was the guy shooting up a needle that I was like, well, this is not a great neighborhood.
So you mean to tell me, for whatever reason in your mind, and I know firsthand that once you have something in your mind, there is no chance of getting you to think otherwise. All of Pinellas is dirty?
I didn't say all. I think if I'm going to live in Pinellas, I'm probably going to live near the beach. Why am I not living near the beach? Or at least beach adjacent. And all of that stuff's really, really old.
That's true.
I like new.
Yeah, it's definitely built a long time ago.
That's one of the things they're saying here when I was reading the article about people leaving the Tampa area, is because when that condo complex in Miami fell down, all of a sudden new laws came in that required the HOAs to charge more from the condo owners. And the numbers went through the roof, especially between that and the hurricanes and everything else, and people just can't even afford the HOA fees anymore.
It really is obnoxious. For what I pay right now is almost double what we paid for our 3.5 bedroom, whatever, 2.5 bath, pool, tiki bar. All it's. I don't know how I'm affording it. Like it would be so nice to just pay even just a couple $100.
If I overheard the conversation correctly between my wife and her aunt, her complex, which is on Clearwater Beach, and they're well off.
Yeah,
right. It's on Clearwater. Like they have water views on both sides, beach out of one window, the bay out of the other window.
That's not going to be cheap.
Right, which is fun. But they trust me, that place is worth double what they paid for it already, and I don't even think they own it 10 years. It's doubled.
That's fantastic.
But now all of a sudden their HOA stuff went up $7,000.
Ooh,
whoa,
$7,000.
Whoa!
Because the place needs like a roof or something along those lines.
How's anyone supposed to afford that?
Well, listen, and nobody in that building is crying poverty.
Oh.
Right? But at the same time, I mean, and there's nothing you can do about it. And it all stems back to the hurricanes and that building that fell down in Miami. Ryan's on line one. What's going on, Ryan?
What's up, guys? Hey, Monica.
Hi.
Hey, I wanted to say, I mean, I understand why you don't want to move to St. Pete. I mean, I worked, years and years ago. And unfortunately, it's not, a dump where a lot of people say. There's certain areas. There's a lot of rich areas, St. Pete Beach. And, you hang out there, a lot, or you work in that area.
But she's right, though. St. Pete Beach is old. It's old.
It is. You're right. I'm not talking about St. Pete Beach because you have to worry about, the salt water and, especially if you're on there, it decays the housing and all that stuff. But, I was thinking, you have Hope, and I know that, she's running high on mileage, and that might be something to compel you to move closer to work. I mean, I know you didn't. I'm just playing devil's advocate here. You know what I mean? Like, I mean, I don't want you to get, stuck on the bridge one morning. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you're 5 minutes from work. You really have to think about the longevity is because it seems like what you said, because I listen to you guys every day. If you guys, even with Roger JP, if you are always in Pinellas, like I'm talking about hanging around, Monica, I'm
You're
talking
right.
to you. I think it might behoove you to, maybe do that. I mean,
behoove.
I like that.
I understand you like Citrus Park. I get it.
I do.
But how often are you there?
I know.
That was my thing. You feel like a St. Pete person.
I am here.
Basically,
more
he
than
just
I'm
called
there.
you trash. is what I heard.
Who, me?
Well, Monica's saying how she feels like St. Pete is dirty, and then you just said she looks like a St. Pete girl.
You look
so
like a dirty girl. Yeah.
Like a
my
dirty girl.
takeaway is you just called her, brown trash.
Listen, right, and
That's what I
Ryan's
heard.
right.
I don't know. I could have got that wrong.
I'm glad it didn't get lost in translation.
I did not hear that. My optimistic brain heard good things because I think St. Pete people are awesome.
Yeah, you're like an outdoorsy, go out into the beach, go out into like unique bars and do all that. I'm not that. I'm more of a Tampa guy. I hate St. Pete. Not, but I live here because it makes sense. You know what I mean?
No, and Ryan is right where I am here a lot. Like I will come here to the beaches, especially this time of year.
Right.
I will be here a lot, and I obviously work here. So he's right in that regard. But since I've been coming here, and I used to back when I first got divorced, literally 7 days a week I'd go to the beach. So, but having said that, I don't mind the drive because it's all interstate.
It's a nice drive.
And it's calming, and I don't know.
But he does make a good point about Hope.
Yeah, little Hopester's paying the price for it all. She's going to get her oil changed. She's getting a new tire. She'll be all right.
When do you plan on putting her down?
Never.
Right.
Why would I ever?
Well, there's a time that's
Yo.
going to come up.
No, it's not.
Speaking of which, yesterday I'm watching, I'm just mindless scrolling on Instagram, and there was a video of this guy putting his dog down.
What?
He was hugging the dog. The doctor was injecting the dog.
That's so weird.
And this guy's hugging the dog just like I did with Lemmy. I'm like, what kind of maniac is putting this on social media?
Like you can video it if you want to remember it, which I don't know why you'd want to remember
Why
that, and
would
that
you
wouldn't
wanna
live
remember it? It's
forever in your
awful.
brain. Yeah, but not on social media. And who
Oh
watches?
my God! I'm
who's
like, am I
watching
watching
it?
this?
No.
Am I watching them kill this dog? What the? What?
Why would you watch it? How are you not?
I didn't, Monica. Before I realized what was happening, as soon as I caught it, I thought it was a dog, and they would like just kind of calm the dog down or whatever it was. And I'm a sucker for dog videos, believe it or not. And I'm like, they're killing this dog. Scroll. I kept, when I got right out of it because I didn't want to see that dog take his last breath. That sucks.
No,
Oh,
that's
man,
sad.
that's awful.
Yeah.
Some people put weird stuff online, man. I just
I
don't get it.
man.
Yeah.
I don't get is that getting you followers?
Yeah.
What are you going for? Do you need the rest of the world to feel your pain because you just had to put your
Or
dog down?
does he want the world's sympathy? Because who's not feeling bad for someone who has to put their dog down?
I mean,
is that?
I saw I have a random friend, and when his mom passed away, he put a video of everyone in the room singing "Boys to Men, Mama," but it was like his mom was already passed away in the bed, and they panned by her a couple times. I'm like, this is weird. Why would you post this?
I don't know.
It made me uncomfortable. I was like, I don't get it. Why
Do you
would
remember
do
that
this?
brief amount of time where people they would, instead of having people in the caskets for wakes, they were
yeah.
sitting them up in a chair, acting like they were playing PlayStation or that kind of thing. Remember that there was a short-lived movement going on there?
It's big in, I think, South America or something like that. And yeah, we tried to adopt it here, and it was just awkward. It was some people were like,
we didn't try to adopt anything.
random Americans.
Most of we thought
Yeah.
it was effed up.
Do you remember the guy who was it was holding blunts and he was sitting down?
Yeah.
Yeah. I was like, I'm not going to that wedding. That's weird.
Not a wedding, the funeral, you mean?
I mean, sorry, the funeral. Yeah. Actually, I might go. I might go just
Same
for the
thing.
content.
Hello.
So to take it full circle, Monica, are you going to leave that place, or are you going to?
I've been looking.
I thought you wanted to. I thought you had said that you wanted to kind of up your game a little bit.
I know. That's the whole thing is I do. That's why I want to stay where I am as long as possible until wherever I move is going to be my forever. I'm not moving again. So it needs to be perfect.
Got
and
it.
with prices coming down, and if I can just stay, honestly, JP, if they say no, you just can't. You've got to pay this price, and new people that are coming in are paying cheaper
Yeah.
for the same exact thing.
Yeah, but you know what the
Then I'm
problem is,
probably gonna
Monica? You can never say anything is your forever, only because
What?
you can never say my next apartment is my forever, because if all of a sudden they decide to raise the rents again and they price you out of it, then they price you out of it. And there's nothing you can do about it. That's the downside
yeah,
of renting.
but
your fate is out of your hands.
Yeah, but what I'm looking for is not what I'm doing now, which is this national company, whatever. I'm looking for like I had last time, which was an individual. You know what I mean? And we
Okay.
can work it out. And I just feel like it's a much different vibe than that.
Got it. Cheryl's on line one, and we got to take a break. Go ahead, Cheryl.
Hey, guys. I love the show.
Thank you.
The reason they're doing that is because they monetize, negative or positive. And you guys, just FYI.
What are you talking about?
I'm sorry.
the
go back
dog?
to the dog. Yeah, it's bad. And I can't, you're breaking my heart because I just lost 2. But they monetize off it. It could be all the negative. If they're sharing it, they're just creeps. They don't care what they're sharing.
Yeah.
I know. The whole thing is crazy. Thanks, Cheryl.
Yeah.
That's worse.
All right. Take care.
Later. All right.
I'm not making money off of that. That's awful.
Monica, you're getting your way.
Yeah, stay out.
Everybody's leaving Tampa.
And stay out.
We're keeping our gerbs.
Keeping our gerbs in the lower rent.
You're keeping that, and I guess there's still a lot of post-storm houses that are up for grabs.
Yeah, and when people were moving here during COVID and buying them at crazy prices and renting them at too high, now it's going to be the opposite. Get out. Get out.
Get out.
Like in a house in a horror film. Yeah, get out.
We'll be right back.
Your love is sorrow, but still I know I'm going down. Don't get around.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. Stream Real Raw Radio live. Anytime on the free 102.5 The Bone app.
If your car's been totaled in a crash, you're entitled to collect what it retails for on the lot. But if insurance companies don't offer what you deserve, we're here to keep them honest. Farrah and Farrah, Tampa.
Avoid the stress of preparing to sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. You can skip the hassle of spring cleaning and sell your home fast and for maximum value. Hey, it's JP, and don't worry about showings, open houses, or costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market. You'll receive an all-cash offer and close within days. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home fast with their guaranteed cash offer. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
At Florida Prepaid, we're here for all the grinders, the go-getters, the gifted, the talented, the unique, the spirited. We're here for the well-to-do, the just getting started, the budgeters, the big spenders, and everyone in between. Because we believe that every child deserves higher education, and our goal is to help families save for it by making it simpler and more affordable than ever before. So every child has the opportunity to shine. Plans start at just $29 a month. Open enrollment ends April 30th.
Have you signed up for the Hard Rock Unity Card yet? If you haven't, what are you waiting for? It's as easy as 1, 2, 3. Sign up for Unity Card at the Players Club and receive a free limited edition Seminole Hard Rock t-shirt and up to $200 on them. You'll receive your actual slot loss back from your first day on your next visit and 2 equal free play offers up to $200. Insert your new card into your favorite slot machine and begin playing and start earning points. Your Unity points can be used like regular dollars on qualifying purchases at participating restaurants, bars, hotels, lounges, and retail stores. Stop by the Seminole Hard Rock and make sure you get your Hard Rock Unity Card.
For decades, Camtech School of Construction has been the leader in preparing thousands of people to advance their career as a licensed contractor. Join Camtech's free info seminar tonight, 7 p.m. Embassy Suites, USF, 3705 Spectrum Boulevard in Tampa. 1-800-875-PASS. CamTechSchool.com.
Great Scott! Back to the Future is now on stage, and audiences are going wild, declares the New York Times. It's a jaw-dropping spectacle that hits all the right buttons, raves USA Today. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious entertainment. Back to the Future, the musical, April 29th through May 4th at Straz Center. Get your tickets yesterday at StrazCenter.org.
Over 700 new Hyundais, tariff-free at Crown Hyundai. Get financing as low as 0%, buy with 0 down, or make no payments for a year on over 700 new tariff-free Hyundais. Drive a new 2025 Hyundai Elantra SE for only $99 a month. All are backed by Owner Assurance, America's best warranty, including a 10-year, 100,000-mile powertrain limited warranty. Crown Hyundai, the better way to buy and service. Visit crownhyundai.com.
With approved credit, 24-month lease, 10K miles a year, $59.95 due at signing.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. $100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
ZipRecruiter is the place. ZipRecruiter is the place for talented teachers, savvy software developers, and master mixologists. ZipRecruiter is the place where you meet all these people and more. That's because ZipRecruiter is the place for job seekers who are looking for new opportunities. In fact, ZipRecruiter helps 10 million people with their job search every day, so you can find the right candidates right away. Try ZipRecruiter for free at ZipRecruiter.com/free. That's ZipRecruiter.com/free.
While retinitis pigmentosa takes Mark's vision, his family gives him hope, whether at the family business or at home with his wife and sons. He knows he's not fighting alone. For 50 years, the Foundation Fighting Blindness has funded research into treatments and cures for blinding retinal diseases, providing hope to people with vision loss. And for Mark, winning the fight means being there for his family. The Foundation Fighting Blindness. Together, we're winning. Help us end blinding diseases at fightingblindness.org.
Download the free Bone app to listen to us anywhere. Sponsored by Mark Spain Real Estate.
Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com.
And now, back to JP.
JP 105 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. We'll get to Dead Guy in just about a half hour. There was a funny article that I found. And it's funny only because the way the woman reacted. She was on this plane. Did you guys see this? The woman, this little kid was on the plane. The mom was sleeping.
Yes.
And the kid is walking up the aisle with a metal fork and stabbed this woman right.
Oh my God.
Stabbed this woman with the fork. What got me was I would have went right past it, but the headline was flight passenger loses it after child stabs her with a fork while mom slept. Quote, I'm going to F her up.
Wow.
It gets better. She goes, the aggrieved passenger holds up a sandal in preparation to hit the girl. And she goes, I'm going to F her up. I'm going to smack the S out of her. I was like, this is the greatest. If I was on this plane, it would be phenomenal. Phenomenal.
What do you do in a situation like that?
You wake the mom up, that's for sure.
Yeah.
Or better yet, you take the fork from the kid and you go stab the mom in the hand while she's sleeping.
See how she likes it, yeah.
See how she likes it a little bit. The kid was just like, it was a 14-hour flight. Right, so I guess mom is just sitting there trying to kind of chill, but this kid's probably 3 years old.
Yeah.
Oh, I was just going to ask how old.
The kid's probably
How does
3.
the kid know those words at 3 o'clock?
No.
3
The kid didn't say those words.
Yeah,
the
what?
woman she stabbed said those words.
That the kid said.
Oh, yeah, that's why I was like, why are you guys laughing at this right now? Oh, okay.
No.
I got that
The kid
mixed
is
up.
walking around with a metal fork.
Okay.
Which, kudos for Qatar Airlines giving actual silverware out. And I guess meals, because it doesn't look like they're not in first class or business class or any of that or anything like that, judging from the pictures you can see.
Yeah,
And they still get real food. I guess on a 14-hour flight, you have to feed people, right?
I guess.
I don't think you have a choice.
Not that brat.
But no, she said there was a woman. The woman filming captures the moment her sister flags down the attendant to try to defuse the situation. Quote, she's over here stabbing people with forks. She just randomly stabbed me with a fork. This is the victim telling the flight attendant. So now the flight attendant's trying to get control of the whole thing. And the mom is just sitting there sleeping.
How do I know? Here's the thing. Okay, fine, you were asleep when it started, but once people are yelling and stuff, you don't wake up?
No, you got to fake that you're still asleep.
Yeah, that's exactly what's happening.
Ding, 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 ding. Dizzy nails it.
Yeah.
That's
That
it.
woman's she's got her eyes closed, please don't let it be mine. Please don't let it be mine. Please don't let it
But
be
you
mine.
know it
I
is. Kid's a
I know
brat.
it's mine, but I don't want to. Please, I just don't need. Especially, did they say stab? Did they say the word stab? They stabbed? There was a stabbing? I don't feel the kid next to me. I know it's mine, but I'm not waking up.
That
way.
chick then, if she's the one who said it, that's all I ever want to do. Like, she is my hero. Because someone needs to say it. Someone, because the mom's faking sleep and not giving a crap. Someone needs to say something.
The woman behind her, the woman behind the camera, she's laughing. She's watching the whole thing unfold.
Yeah.
I'm going to F her up. I'm going to smack the S out of her.
Oh, I'm so glad you said it was the adults.
Great.
I don't know why.
And then, the internet. Y'all laughing, but this is not okay.
Yes, it is.
The 3-year-old with stabbing people with a fork is not okay.
Exactly.
It's only a child, for crying out loud.
Well, then
it's a
tell the
child who's stabbing people.
Exactly.
That's why I get a window seat. You got to make it past the aisle and the middle seat before you get to me.
Another one chimes in. She's like, "You're grabbing your slipper like she's a cockroach."
Yep.
Because that's what happened. The woman who got stabbed grabbed her slipper off of like she was going to hit the kid with the shoe.
That's a Hispanic thing. The grandma takes the sandal off. So you know what? That's
chancleta.
Yeah, exactly. That's exactly how you discipline the kid. And if the parent ain't going to do it, someone's got to.
Then there's other people.
That's
Why is she
awesome.
walking around the plane with a steel fork in the first place? Where's the parent? Who lets their kid just randomly bother people?
Bad parenting.
Some parents don't understand that not everybody thinks their child is cute, especially when they're stabbing people.
Exactly.
And it says the air hostess can be seen waking the mother who's blissfully unaware of the chaos her child was creating. Quote, her mama didn't do nothing. At this point, we feel like mom was probably tired and definitely wanted someone else to watch her kids. My guess is mom had a little bit too much Xanax with her Bloody Mary.
14-hour
she's
trip.
not waking up.
And that's
until
all well and good if you don't have a kid on the flight with you. Do what you got to do, but you have a kid.
Strap that effort down,
100%. 100. Dude stabbed somebody with a fork.
Somehow everybody's supposed to say she's only a kid.
Now, right. Well, now the kid is 3. I don't think the kid could stab hard enough to get through because I'm picturing she stabbed this person in the arm or the hand or something, right?
Yeah.
Not in the because I wish see shoddy journalism. How do you not tell me where she got stabbed?
Yeah. I would imagine a sleeveless arm. Where and when you're not expecting it, you're not bracing for anything, and a fork comes. A metal fork comes stabbing at you. I can understand how, again, it's not the end of the world pain, but ouch. It doesn't feel good.
Yeah. The kid is just...
And the worst part for me would be, who's taking care of this kid? Because this kid's just walking up and down trying to stab people.
Diz, did you see the slipper she was going to hit the kid with? The kid's looking at her like, oh, don't hit me with that slipper. Meanwhile, it looks like a diamond-encrusted Gucci slipper.
It does look expensive,
like rhinestones or whatever it is. And the kid's just pointing the fork like, don't even think of it. It looks like some old Honey Boo Boo footage.
Like a weapon. Like, what are you going to do? I got a fork. You got a slipper.
Yeah, fork means slipper, yeah. I don't know how I would react.
And then the rest of the flight. How early on in the flight is this? Do we got to keep flying with this brat?
Good point.
It just says, while her mother took a brief nap on the 14-hour Qatar Airlines flight. It doesn't say where they were going. It doesn't say any of that stuff.
I'm going to need to know what happened to that kid. Let's strap it down. That's okay. We were talking about duct tape the other day. Now we need the duct tape. Strap that kid down.
Oh, now it's okay.
Yep.
Now it's okay. Monica says so. So now all of a sudden the flight attendants are allowed to duct tape kids down.
With kids, yes. Kids only.
They can't duct tape adults that are drunk and belligerent trying to break into the... I just want to make sure I got the stage set correctly.
Yes.
Somebody is drunk and belligerent.
Yes.
Throwing flight attendants around and trying to break into the cockpit. We can't duct tape them.
You subdue another way.
A
No duct
child
tape.
is walking around.
Yes.
Get the duct tape out. Everything's fine.
Every time.
Strap that little effort down.
Even over the mouth too, and maybe even the eyes. You just lay there and sleep, and I don't care.
Over the mouth. My God.
Do they have only adult planes?
Oh, that's the dream. You know how they have adult only pools here?
That's what I'm saying. Do they have that but planes? You can't bring a kid on.
That's the dream. And I really feel like society might be trending that way because the younger people now, like Gen Z and stuff, they're not really necessarily wanting marriage. They don't necessarily want kids. Some of them do, of course, but
that's true.
But there's a lot of I don't want kids.
The numbers are down.
Yes.
Yeah.
So let's trend to the
There's
adults only.
And the restaurants that don't allow.
Yes, let's do that.
Let's do that, but now on the plane.
Another article.
Finally, in my golden years.
There's another article I found that I figured would tug on Monica's heartstrings. It said more Americans are choosing to live child-free, according to a study. Quote, looks so peaceful.
It is? I mean, how is it not?
I had that conversation with my wife the other day. Do you have any idea how much money we would have?
Oh, yeah. Oh, my God,
if we didn't have them? She's like, yeah, but we have them. I go, yeah, I know. I'm well aware we have them.
Can't
Trust
go back.
me.
And that's the thing. We live in a world now where it is not like even as recent as when you were starting out, like it was just kind of assumed, and it was a weird thing. Like, and I grew up with it my whole life. Is what do you mean you don't want to have kids? What do you like? Having kids was just expected of people after you get married, which was expected of people. Yeah, we don't live in that world anymore. We live in a world where it's an option.
Like my sister didn't have kids. My wife's sister didn't have kids. My wife's aunt didn't have kids.
Awesome.
And what sucks is my kids have no cousins. Like my kids have no.
But if you didn't
cousins.
have kids at all, then nobody would even have that problem at all.
Right, but I did have kids. And I love my children most of the time.
Yeah, you're spending a lot of money. You have to love
them. Same. I love mine too.
Do you?
Yeah. The oldest just got into a magnet school, and I want to brag. That's that dizzy rub coming off.
Oh, is that what it is?
That's what I told Nicole. I go, was she admitted before I got in the picture? Okay. No. Okay. I think we found out what it is.
Is a magnet school a private school?
Yeah, like you have to get accepted into this thing.
Did you have to pay for it?
No, that was my first question. I go, well, she's going back to the regular classes.
Yeah.
But they're like, no, it's...
Put it back in the dummy hole.
Yeah, exactly. Back in Gen Pop. You go.
Back in Gen Pop. All right. There you go. Kids stabbing people on airplanes.
That would have never happened with me as a kid. If my parents were asleep, I was sitting upright like a soldier and waiting for them to get up.
And afraid of what would happen if they even heard you for a second.
Like my arm was on the armrest. Yes. It better be there when she wakes up. Better not even be on my lap because she'd be like, why'd you move it?
Exactly.
My father would have stabbed me with his Lucky Strike cigarette. He would have burned me with it right then and there. And yes, I said cigarette on an airplane because I'm old enough to remember when you could smoke on airplanes.
Yeah, good old days.
He would put it out right on my neck. If I was causing that kind of chaos, right in the neck.
But that's why you wouldn't cause that kind of chaos, because that was not a threat or a lie or any kind of that was facts. It would happen.
Yeah. It's JP 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Be right back.
Tell me why it costs so much to live. Tell me why this world can turn me down.
1025 The Bone, where the Lightning play. We are the official broadcast home of your Tampa Bay Lightning. You're listening to JP on 1025 The Bone.
The Walk to Defeat ALS is more than a fundraiser. It's a movement that unites us all in support of those affected by ALS. Our goal? Make ALS livable for everyone, everywhere, until we can cure it. And it'll take all of us to get there. Saturday, April 26th in Safety Harbor. Details at als.org.
Integrity, respect, results. Farah and Farah, expect more. Tampa.
If you've been injured in a car accident, call Pound Law from your cell phone. Morgan & Morgan.
If you're doing your spring cleaning and you see that your windows and patio doors lack pizzazz, do something about it. Renewal by Anderson of Tampa and Sarasota have a 1-month only sale where you can save $300 off all windows and $825 off patio doors, plus no money down, no payments, and 0% interest for 18 months. Renewal by Anderson, superior products, exceptional service. RBAFLA.com. License number CGC 1527613.
At BrandonHonda.com, we've simplified the way you can buy your next new or pre-owned vehicle. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Visit BrandonHonda.com to unlock the best price on any vehicle in stock. Plus, get your guaranteed credit approval, a real offer on your trade, and calculate your payments right online. And all vehicles come with a real nationwide lifetime warranty. Right now, you can buy with zero down and make no payments for 90 days. Save yourself the hassle and get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-280-0151 for more information.
Diamond Days are back at the Golden Diamond Source, Tampa Bay's largest jewelry superstore. I love Diamond Days because right now you can get up to 20% off all their diamond inventory, including April's birthstone. Plus, you can take advantage of 0% financing for up to 5 years. This means that if you finance $5,000, your monthly payment would be only $83. Best of all, your Golden Diamond Source diamond never loses its value. And listen up, all soon-to-be newlyweds. Here's your chance to win a $2,500 shopping spree at the Golden Diamond Source, along with a wedding cake for up to 100 guests created by the renowned celebrity chef, The Cake Girl, as seen on the Today Show. Entering is easy. Simply visit the Golden Diamond Source on Almerton Road for your chance to win big. I love Diamond Days because right now you can get up to 20% off all their diamond inventory, including April's birthstone. Plus, you can take advantage of 0% financing for up to 5 5 years. If you want your special someone to say yes, make sure it's a Golden Diamond Source diamond. Check them out at 3800 Olmerton Road in Clearwater. The Golden Diamond Source.
The accident wasn't your fault. You shouldn't have to pay those bills. I'm Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt. I'll fight to make sure those responsible pay for your medical bills. Injured on the go? Just call Mo. JustCallMo.com.
Hi, I'm Patrick Thomas.
And I'm Heather Thomas. Just letting everyone know, when your lights start to flicker, Bolt gets to you quicker.
Ooh.
Yeah, I came up with that.
Well, it's true. In most cases, we offer same-day service.
Right. So, if your power goes out, just give Bolt a shout.
Another one.
Thank you.
Folks, if you even suspect you've got an electrical problem, you don't want to wait.
And if it's an emergency, we'll be on our way before you can hang up the phone.
Just call Bolt.
Online at boltelectric.com.
At Cadence Bank, we believe the future comes in many shapes. Every day is a new beginning, a chance to imagine new possibilities or get to work building them. There's opportunity here. Find a branch near you at cadencebank.com. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
This message comes from Viking, committed to exploring the world in comfort. Journey through the heart of Europe on an elegant Viking longship with thoughtful service, destination-focused dining, and cultural enrichment on board and on shore. With small ships that bring travelers closer to the destination, there's more time to explore. And every Viking voyage is all-inclusive, with no children and no casinos. Discover more at Viking.com.
Listen up, Gen Xers. Elizabeth Banks here. The recommended age for pneumococcal pneumonia vaccination has been lowered to 50 and older, even if you're healthy. It's up to us to lead the way. We've done this before. Music videos, fanny packs, even the World Wide Web. So let's do it again and get vaccinated. We're at over 6 times greater risk for pneumococcal pneumonia compared to adults under 50. Gen X, this is our shot. Visit vaxassist.com to schedule. Sponsored by Pfizer.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the WeatherTight Windows studio.
Guys, if I could just have your attention.
Turn it on now!
You might want to check this one out.
All right, here we go. Stay right where you are.
Stand by to broadcast.
Okay, people, let's do this.
Now we're ready to roll.
And now, it's JP.
Here we go.
Are you ready?
JP 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. Monica and Dizzy in the studio as well. Hour number 2, JustCallMo.com. That's who sponsors us, Tampa's injury attorneys, JustCallMo.com. We'll do Dead Guy in the Envelope in about 10 minutes or so. I'm reading this story. Tell me what you guys think of this. This guy is getting ready to get married to a woman.
Don't do it.
Whose husband died. And now she's saying that she wants to wear the dead husband's wedding ring even after they're married. And he's saying, I feel like I'm in second place. And I'm like,
because he is.
Right. Why do you want to marry someone who's clearly not ready? It would be my thing. You kind of got to walk, right? Or at least hold off on getting married and see if things change a little bit. Right? I mean, I here's the thing. I have friends of mine. A friend of mine passed away. And him and his wife were hands down the two most in love people I have ever known in my life. By a mile.
Okay.
Like, you've never even heard one complain about the other. Like, zero. I've never heard, like, she's being a pain in the ass or you're in a bit. Like, nothing. Nothing but love. And then he died a slow death from cancer, and she went through the whole thing. And, like, she is, and she's one of my favorite people. Love her to death.
And he did pass eventually?
Huh?
Did he pass away eventually? Or
Yeah, he's gone.
Ah.
He's gone. And she's, I think he's gone. Damn, I want to say it's got to be close to 10 years.
Okay.
He's gone.
All right, it's been a while, but still.
And so I run into her every once in a blue moon. I actually set her up with somebody. I actually set my friend up. I said, you need to go. I'm like, this is one of the best human beings I know. And I'm telling, like, because we had met. I was at a charity event with him, and Jody was there. She was there. And she's beautiful. She's cool.
Well, it's been
But
established.
at the same time,
setups. We all know that.
What'd you say?
It's been established you're not good at setups. So
I'm pretty great at setups. But I even knew going into this, like, nobody's feeling. Her husband's name was Jeff. We were like family, like his father's my Uncle Carmine, that whole thing, right? And so we were like family. I know she's like one of the coolest people I know, but nobody's going to fill Jeff's shoes. Nobody will ever fill Jeff's shoes. So I told my buddy, I was like, listen, she's awesome. Proceed with caution. You're never going to. And they ended up hitting it off. They went out a bunch of times, friends, and now they're friends. They just kind of hang out and no.
So you're 0 for 2. Gotcha.
That was a good
What are you laughing at? Peckerhead.
That was a good one. Did she
So
also,
anyway.
did they also bang someone on the cruise?
But anyway, now you're cutting deep. Now you're cutting deep. Yeah, I don't even want to talk about this. Anyway.
I know, I understand what you're saying. But at the same time, she obviously is going to want, and she deserves love. And it's not like she's going to be, that whoever is there is second place or anything in your situation. Because
100%.
Because, I mean, but that person's always going to have a special place.
Right, but like I don't think anybody's going to ever feel like, because I'll ask her, I'm like, you dating her? She's like, you know. She's trying to find him again, and it's never gonna. You know what I'm saying? It's never gonna. It's never gonna happen.
It's gonna take a while.
It's never gonna happen. But I'm reading this article. I'm like, I immediately thought of her because I could see that happening.
Yeah.
Like, yeah, okay, we'll get married, but you're never gonna be him.
And is it weird?
That's definitely weird.
It's because it's weird in general, for sure. But because you know the individual situation with your friend, would you have the same energy there? Would it be weird?
You lost me.
Because you kind of have to. In other words, it's like reading that news story. That's weird. It's completely weird. Everybody agrees. But because you have such a close friend in a similar situation, would you still think that's weird?
She would be wrong, because I feel like this.
Yeah.
If you're not willing to move on from the husband that passed so much, like you feel like you need to wear that ring to stay connected, you're not ready to be with. You're not ready to commit to somebody else.
You're right.
You're not ready to be with somebody else.
You're right.
And you may never be ready to be with somebody else. And you know what? You're lucky to have been that in love. My wife dies, I'll be, in love again in like a month and a half. Once all the paperwork is filled out and everything else and the insurance checks come in, I'll be ready for love again.
None of this is true. I believe nothing of it. You're all talk and no action. I told you about my ex in that situation, right? I mean, that's just because he's cheap. Maybe not sentimental.
Didn't he give you the same engagement ring he gave somebody else or something?
That's what you're doing. There it is. No, he started dating the other chick, and then they were going to get married, and they used her ex-husband, like she was married before, and that ring from her ex-husband they used for the wedding ring. Like, so he didn't have to buy
the ring that her ex-husband gave her,
and that they got married.
He reused and was like, "Hey,
yeah."
So,
yeah.
What I don't know.
Dude, this guy is something else, boy. My God, what are you a magnet for?
Are you holding out for another one of him?
No,
Is that what?
no, I'm afraid of not seeing all the red flags because I'm all head over heels. So I refuse to be that ridiculous again. I can't. I won't.
What are you a magnet for?
I don't know. What do you mean?
Do you understand the level of psycho that you just explained?
Yeah.
This guy cheated on you with some chick.
Yeah.
But she's super rich,
Yes.
right? They end up wanting to get married, but he doesn't want to buy a ring.
No.
And so he's totally okay with reusing her ring from the first marriage.
Yes.
That's a serial killer.
I don't know if it's a serial killer.
That's a psychopath.
But hold on, which is worse? Him being that cheap and not wanting to and not giving a crap. Getting married to someone that you don't give a crap enough. That
The
you can
whole
even-
thing is nuts.
But also her being okay with it. How does she
But
not demand?
here's your takeaway. Because I'm always looking to find the sunshine at the end of,
Sure.
She's missing the same red flags that you missed.
That's true.
Yeah. But I also think in this situation, the money is the power situation. Like, my ex had more money than I did. So I was kind of like, we split halvesies, and if I didn't have it, I have to owe him. And there was a tab and a list.
What?
Through our whole
That's
marriage.
insane, Monica.
I'm saying, so he
It's-
had the power.
You could do that? I didn't know that.
Apparently so. And then so she has the money. So maybe he's karma-ing right now, and maybe there's halvesies and he owes her. I have no idea. It's none of my business, and I don't know. I'm just saying, like,
No.
the power dynamic is different than it was in our marriage.
You had to take out loans with your husband. That's hilarious.
I did. And I remember, I'll never forget.
2.5 interest.
When we were
Right.
getting divorced.
You better pay the VIG every week, bitch, or I'm breaking a leg.
But you understand and this is him. But I'm being so nice to you because I'm not charging you any interest. It's just as is. So it was such a gaslighting.
Was he joking though?
No, it was a gaslight. Because I'd be like,
That's
what are
so
we doing?
funny.
Why are we doing halvesies here? And then when I was in school, he would say he's being extra, extra nice because I would get the student discount. So if the bill was $25, I would only owe him $20, and that was the student discount.
Oh, what a gentleman.
Yeah.
You
And
didn't mention that part.
Yeah,
I'm all
yeah.
turned around here.
And so I was like, oh, okay. And then, so then at that point, I'm like, okay, well, I'm just grateful that I owe 25 and there's no interest. So
Would you go to have sex and be go, oh, you got time for sex, but not time to make my money back?
Yeah.
it was very stressful, and it was just always over my head, and I hated it always being. I remember when we were getting divorced, and a different car I had at the time, and it didn't have an air conditioning. And this was before anything was filed, and we were kind of like, the air conditioner broke in the car, and I was trying to scrape together money to try and get it fixed or whatever. And then out of the blue, like probably 2 days before I got filed, he said, he's like, I'm paying for this. This is ridiculous. It's Florida. You should have to have air conditioning. And this was very unlike him. He's never done anything like this before. Like, what's happening? He paid to get it fixed. And then, like 2 days later, I not only do I get the divorce papers, but I get the tab of the air conditioning that he paid. It was almost $400 or something that I owed him money because he paid to get my air conditioning fixed.
And you paid it like a schmuck.
No, here's the thing. I started paying on. I didn't want to owe. I wanted when we're done. I didn't need any more debt. So I was like, I didn't want to be in the hole to him. So I paid like $100 of it or something. And then one of the last days I ever saw him, he goes, and Monica, and all in this people, and Monica, I just want you to know, I'm wiping out the entire tab. There is no more tab. And in my head, I was so grateful because I owed him this money, and it was just hanging over my head, and I didn't have any money. I'd say it was a total, including the with the additional couple $100 of the AC, is probably like, it was under $1,000. It was probably like $800 or so. And I was like, thank you.
God.
And I was so happy. Because you don't understand the relief that was for me.
As much as you and I can go at each other's throats, I want to kill him. Like, I want to punch him hard.
But then for
like,
JP, he was nice
I
enough
don't
to
even
erase
know
the
him.
tab.
Huh?
True.
He was nice enough to erase the
No,
tab.
but, like, I don't even know him, and I understand I'm only getting one side of the story.
Yes.
But I believe you.
I'm not lying.
It's
These are
not like I
facts.
think, because some of this stuff, I got to be honest with you, and I'm not. It's not a knock. Like, neither one of us are creative enough to make this stuff.
I was just thinking that. I go, well, I don't think she's that creative to think of these
none of
elaborate
us are.
stories. Yeah.
None of us are.
I definitely want to point out this is not opinions. I'm not trashing him for my opinion, like what a loser. I've never said any of that. All I'm saying are facts that actually happened in the past.
Did you just end up with him because it was being saved from your mom?
No, I was on my own. I was a strong, independent woman, Monica, when I met him. And he was living in his parents' basement. So he was amazed that I was 24 years old or 23 when I met him. And how did I have my own apartment? How did I pay my own bills and have a job? And he was so amazed by it.
Did he ever, and be honest, because I know the gut is to just kind of knock him. Did he have like a giant schlong?
No, it wasn't small. It wasn't big. It was an average. It was not. Yeah, it was not that at all.
But he was like fat and hairy and everything, wasn't he?
That was my type. I liked a dad bod and maybe a little bit heavier with all the hair all over. And
oh my God,
I don't know why I liked that, but I did. I don't like that anymore at all.
I don't know.
He had beautiful blue eyes, and he was, I can't stress this enough, hysterically funny. He was very, very funny.
Yeah, with all the stuff he got you to do, you're right. This guy was
I think it's
awesome.
I find it to be hysterical, to be quite honest with you. Anger-inducing, yet and so funny, all at the same time.
He goes to his bars with his boys. He's like, so then I told her she's getting the student discount.
Right.
Cut $5 off that bitch.
And they're like, get out of here, bro. No way. Like, I'm telling you.
And she fell
I'm
for
telling
it.
you.
She was happy? What?
Look, I have the receipt
You made
right
her
here.
you made her pay for her own nachos? You guys have been married for 7 years.
That's just the way
I got hand in my relationship, bro.
Yeah.
Please understand, I knew that's all I knew. That was my life. And I didn't really understand the full capacity of how weird it was until I stepped way out of it, until I had some distance.
Until you met us.
Yeah, kind of.
Yeah.
Kind of. Until I was like, you know what? Maybe that was, I knew it was weird, but I didn't know how weird. It's my life.
Jesus.
Can you imagine? Can you imagine? And the Monica you know now, how that is not getting
That's
put up.
what's
Yeah,
that's that
yeah.
but that is what is the most mind-boggling part.
Yeah, I had to.
But I
consider
almost wonder if that almost like feeds your anger a little bit.
it. What?
Like not your anger. It feeds kind of like there were so many red flags that you missed.
Yes.
And now I think you're kind of finding flags where flags don't even
know.
exist, but you're just erring on the side of caution.
That's it. I would happily admit to that. Like, yeah, I am very strict in my thoughts towards men, and not what I'm willing to not put up with, because I'm not doing that again. Ever,
right.
ever.
And would you admit that maybe that bar is a little bit too high?
Yes, I will admit it's very, very high, and it's going to be like one or maybe two men on earth that are going to meet that bar.
Right.
I'm with you there.
So you're cool with dusty vagina.
Not cool with dusty vagina. I'm less cool with putting up with crap that I don't want to put up with.
Right.
But I call all the shots now. I owe
But
nobody
you know what,
money. It's me.
But your next relationship doesn't have to be, as you would say, your forever. Yeah, like you can go and get it, and then if you learn, let it go. If the flags start popping up, the good news is you have this here radio show. We'll be like, yeah, nope, he's got to go
Did
next.
not have that before. You're 100%
You know,
right about that.
We'll tell you we'll make sure you know all the flags. We'll hit you in the forehead with a flare gun if that's what you need. It's not a problem.
I obviously do. I don't know what my problem was. I was young too. In my defense, I was 23 when I met him, and I just like.
I got you, but you were with him for 20 years.
But I just loved into it. You know what I mean? And by the time I'm 30, it's
right. But stop paying for your nachos.
I know.
All the like romance novels you read and stuff growing up to that time, you never once read one that was like, yeah, and then he made me pay for the nachos. And you're like, well, that's the norm, right?
Yeah, that's what everybody does, right? Oh.
Come on, girl.
God damn it.
Ridiculous. It is ridiculous.
All right.
I got my own ring, though. That bitch didn't. What?
What'd you say?
I said I got my own damn new spanking ring.
You lost the battle, won the war. Yeah.
Did you sell the ring?
I did I didn't for the longest time because I was very sad about it. Believe it or not, I was very, very sad. It was my most prized possession. And then I needed a down payment for a new car, Red Hopesters, and I sold it, and it was my down payment, and we were good to go.
Good for you.
Yeah.
Just out of curiosity, what was the ring worth?
I don't know what it was worth. I think he paid. I know how much he paid, and I know how much I got for it. Which one do you want?
What did he pay for it?
Just over $8,000.
Okay, he spent a chunk.
Yeah, it was nice.
He spent the chunk.
He was lucky because I said I want just under a carat because my hand's too small for like obnoxious jewelry.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I can't believe you even asked for a specific kind of stuff. I don't even need diamonds. It could be like just get a pebble from the park and put it on. Like that's all I need. I don't need diamonds.
I love how you're shaking your head. I not only said I don't want a full carat, which to him he was happy about, but I also said you could also just settle with sapphires. I love sapphires. If you can want to do some sort of sapphires.
Settle with sapphires.
Jesus Christ, this prick. All right, Dead Guy is a white American actor that I feel like I can safely say you know best for one role. No doubt. no doubt.
Henry Winkler.
And that role is from television. He's done other stuff. Yes, he's done TV, he's done movies and that kind of stuff. But you definitely know this guy best for one role.
Was that role in the 80s?
Partly. Ding. Diz?
Were they a very iconic character, a la like a Kramer or something like that?
I would say, yeah.
Okay.
Bonds?
I'll give you that. I would call it an iconic character. All right, so you got a white American guy who played an iconic character on television. That's going to be where you know him from best. Even though he's done a whole lot of other stuff in TV and in movies, you're going to want to stay there. And the character he played, part of that was in the 80s. 800-771-1025. It's Dead Guy in the Envelope, 1025 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. We'll be right back with your first questions.
You're listening to JP on 1025 The Bone. Tell us what you think. Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The open mic on the free 1025 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
At Advent Health, we know the heart. We've mapped it, modeled it, repaired it, and rehabbed it. We've screened it, strengthened it, and saved it. We know your heart. And we know there's an unstoppable human spirit at the center of it. Learn more about whole person care and find nationally recognized heart care specialists at FloridaHeartExperts.com.
This is a cat named Mo, and All-American Gunslingers, Newport Richie's #1 gun range, wants you to know that education is the key to safety, and shooting is a diminishing skill, so classes and training are crucial. All-American Gunslingers has training from holster draw to pistol intro and rifle and skill drills. And don't forget, League Night is a friendly competition with new and advanced shooters every Thursday, 7:30 to 9:30, with prizes awarded weekly. All-American Gunslingers, your rights right down the street from the Gulf of America, your safety, your freedom.
Did you know even the smallest increase in mortgage rates can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your loan? Hi, I'm Mark Stefanski, Chairman and CEO of Third Federal. It's true, even a 0.25% change in rate can cost you thousands of dollars over the life of your mortgage. But with Third Federal's new Early Rate Lock, you don't have to take chances. Early Rate Lock is the only pre-approval that locks in your rate at pre-approval, even before you find a house. Plus, we're so confident that our rates are the lowest, if you find a lower rate, we'll beat it or give you $1,000. And now through April 15th, get pre-approved with Third Federal and we'll pay all of your closing costs. So don't wait. Call Third Federal today.
Right now at Third Federal, even before you find a home, lock in 6.50%, APR 6.56% on a 30-year fixed-rate purchase mortgage. Visit thirdfederal.com or call 1-800-3RD-FED today. APR reflects 15% down for $350,000 loan amount. Rate requires automatic payment program and is subject to change. Restrictions apply. Zero closing costs on low-cost loans only. See conditions for lowest rate guarantee at thirdfederal.com. Equal housing lender.
This April is your last chance to max your tax refund at Sun Toyota. Bring us your rebate and we'll double it up to $3,000. Then get 0% financing on select new Toyota trucks. Backed by a nationwide lifetime warranty with 4-year maintenance on new models. Hurry in today or shop online at suntoyota.com. Because when you make it Sun Toyota,
we make it happen.
Sun Toyota.com. Call 1-800-639-3367 for more information.
For decades, Camtech School of Construction has been the leader in preparing thousands of people to advance their career as a licensed contractor. Join Camtech's free info seminar tonight, 7 p.m. Embassy Suites, USF, 3705 Spectrum Boulevard in Tampa. 1-800-875-PASS. CamTechSchool.com.
So, you finally have some time to yourself. Even if it is just the car ride home, it's you time. And look at you. Do not disturb set before you even got in the car? Impressive. You've earned this moment to just chill and drive. This break is brought to you by Target Zero and the Florida Department of Transportation.
Great Scott! Back to the Future is now on stage, and it's a jaw-dropping spectacle Raves USA today. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious entertainment. April 29th through May 4th at Straz Center. Get your tickets yesterday at StrazCenter.org.
Spring into savings at Crown Kia because it's all about location, location, location.
And Abby, it's all about selection, selection, selection. We have a sea of new Kias out there.
Over 400 new Kias available to choose from. Hurry in to shop our huge selection of no tariff inventory and save on a new Kia. Drive for only $219 a month.
Plus, no market adjustment or dealer installed options.
Crown Kia, the better way to buy.
And service.
CrownKia.com. For lease information and more details, call 1-800-371-0942.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, lock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit lifelock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
Now, back to Real Raw Radio. Sponsored by Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys. Call 1-800-747-FREE.
That's 1-800-747-3733.
And now, back to JP.
Oh, you're still going, bro.
Now we can see you just
Yeah.
fine.
Now we can see.
There it is. You figured it out.
Sorry. Here we go again. Dead Guy, brought to you by Mark. You know, I never shut the mic off, and for some reason, when I walked out of the room, I shut the mic off.
It's always this segment, though. Whenever
I
that
know.
happens, it's always this segment.
I know.
I love it.
It's like a sign that we shouldn't do this.
I want to start betting on the over-under when he notices. That's where I'll gamble.
Dead Guy in the Envelope is brought to you by Mark Spain Real Estate. Get your guaranteed offer at markspain.com. Here's how you play the game. I gave you some clues. You got a white American actor that you know best for one, dare I say, iconic role. And part of that role was in the 80s. Even though he's done a lot of other television and movies, that iconic role is a television role that you probably best know him for. 800-771-1025. You ask questions. You get a yes. You go again. You get a no. We move on. Put all the clues together. Get the answer. Win stuff. Matt, line 3. Go ahead, Matt.
Yeah, was he on Growing Pains?
No. He was not on Growing Pains. Susie's on line 1. Go ahead, Susie.
Did he play a dad in the TV show?
He did not play a dad. He did not play a dad on the show that he is best known for. I don't even know if he played a dad anywhere. He might have. A lot of episodic stuff. I mean, like I said, he had the really one big show that you know.
That is an
him for.
iconic character, you said, so that means we all know who it is. Like,
Yeah. Well, if you're of that age, you definitely know who it is. Mike on line 4.
Hey, JP, Dismal Neefel.
Hey, buddy.
Hey, were there a set of twins on the show this guy was on?
No. No twins. How did this guy die? Oh, I didn't know that. Okay. I had no idea. Look at that. You learn things. Mark on line 1. Go ahead, Mark.
Did he die in 2012?
No. Sheila's on line 2. Go ahead, Sheila.
Did he co-star with 2 females in his big show?
Yeah, they were females on the show. There were 2 females on the show, yeah. But there were other characters as well.
Right. Was it a very popular sitcom?
Yes.
John Ritter?
Nope.
Rookie.
Sweet. Don't you know the rules? I guess that's out of play now, right?
Well,
I
you
guess,
said Robin Williams.
But you're
John
still not
Wick-
going to use them, though, right? I mean,
John Ritter and in memoriam. Can't use. His jersey's retired.
yeah, it's retired.
It's up in the rafters.
Let's go with Jay on line 3.
Hello.
Hey, man.
Hello.
Hello.
You there?
Yeah, man. Go ahead.
Did he was he in a show called All in the Family?
No. He was not All in the Family. Brian's on line 1. Hey, Brian.
What up, JP? How are you?
All right. How you doing?
Doing all right. Did he die under the age of 60?
No. He did not die under the age of 60.
Can I help narrow this down a bit? Because I had asked, was this one role TV sitcom popular in the 80s? You said partly, so I want to make sure we're going in the right direction here. Was the other part the 90s?
No.
Right.
No. So 70s into 80s is when his biggest role was. Jim, line 5.
Hey, everybody. Prefer you to 2 hours of dead air.
Thank you.
Nice.
Was he known for looking over a fence?
No. No. Omar on line 3.
Hey, JP. How's it going?
Hi there. What's up?
Hey, I was wondering if this individual was a character on 90210.
No. No. It's like this character was a sitcom. Like I don't think 90210 would classify as a sitcom, right? So the role that you know him for best was on a sitcom that was on the 70s and the 80s. And it's an iconic role. And as per yesterday, Monica gave us the entire life story of Henry Winkler because she read his bio. Obviously, Fonzie's still alive, so it's not Fonzie. Let's go with Andy, line 4.
Hey, was he in a trash bag commercial?
Oh, I have no idea. Who are you thinking?
Tom Bosley.
No. 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 Jay, line 2.
Hey, what does he have does he smoke cigars?
No. Mike, line 1.
Hey, was he shipwrecked on an island?
No. Steve, line 5.
Yeah, was he on a show called One Day at a Time?
No.
Was this I don't know if that went into the 80s. Was the 70s into 80s sitcom based in Chicago?
No. It was not. Phil on line 6.
Hello?
Hello?
This is Bill.
All right, Bill. Sorry about that. What do you got?
Was his father a musician?
Jesus. I don't know about his father. Who are you thinking?
Well, let me ask, is it John Ritter?
Oh, Jesus. Nope, still not. No, let me just ask if it was John Ritter.
Yeah, suck it, Phil. Bill,
Yeah,
whatever
Phil.
your name is. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's
Just said it wasn't John Ritter. We retired his jersey.
Yeah. Idiot.
Rafters.
Was
Bruh.
this show have a laugh track on it?
Oh, I don't know.
Did you do any research?
I watched it, but I don't remember if it was. It was in the 70s and 80s. I was young. I don't know. I don't remember if it was a laugh track or live studio audience. I have no idea.
Still
I have no idea. Bobby on line 8.
Was it a show about the military?
No. No. Here's what you got to get back to, kids. You got to show. She asked were there 2 women on the show,
Yeah.
and the answer was yes.
Yes.
All right. Get back to that. That'll help you get there. Promise.
But it's not John Ritter.
But it's not John Ritter. I repeat, it is not John Ritter.
Hey, is it John Ritter?
Nope. Rob, line 4.
Hey, guys, was he in Caddyshack?
No. Dave, line 7.
Yeah. Was he an older guy married to an ugly lady?
Oh.
On the show, you mean, or in the real life?
No, on the show. Was he married to an ugly lady?
No. Let's go with... Let's see if I can give you a hint here, because I'm surprised that you guys aren't there yet. His character's name was a nickname.
Oh.
Okay? The character you best know him for, the character's name was a nickname. Monica, you want to give nerd notes on top of that?
Yeah. A white American actor who we know mostly from one role on TV. It was a sitcom. It took place partly in the 70s and 80s. It was an iconic character that we'll all know. He co-starred with 2 women. He died over the age of 60, and apparently the character name was a nickname.
There you go. Mike, line 2.
Hey, was the character the same name as the show?
No.
Oh. Was the character's name in the show at all?
No. Mike, line 3.
Hi. Did he ever play a deputy sheriff in a sitcom?
On another one? No.
Yes.
No.
No. The answer's
no.
No. I mean,
No. I'm trying to, what else can I do to guys
I
get
don't
you?
know.
I'm surprised you guys are as far away as it is. I thought the 2 women on the thing would really help you out, especially 2 women in the time frame.
it always seems obvious to you because you have the answer in front of you. I have no idea. Like, there was plenty of sitcoms in the 70s and 80s.
With 2 women?
Yes, and that...
With two women in the 70s and the 80s?
That screams Three's Company. So that's why John Ritter.
Right, there's Three's Company. Yeah. And?
Oh, I think even I know.
Okay. All right. Chris, line 8.
Hey, so on the sitcom with 2 women, was he part of a comedic duo?
I mean, kinda.
Yeah. Okay, duh.
Kinda.
Was his counterpart Michael McKean?
Yes.
There it is. Garrett did get it.
Yes.
Is it Mr. David Lander?
Also known as?
Squiggy.
Squiggy, yes. Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley is the dead guy in the envelope.
Squiggy.
Congratulations. Your choice, Colin Quinn or Blink 182. Which would you like?
Nice.
Blink 182, please.
All right, you got a pair of tickets to see Blink and their Missionary Impossible tour at the AMP August 29th. Hold on, you win. David Lander, also known as Squiggy from Laverne and Shirley, is the dead guy in the envelope. Congratulations. You are a super genius.
I think everyone was stuck on the guy and the 2 girls.
Yes, I was.
And was thinking they were all the main characters.
I absolutely was.
You know what? This dead guy is kind of a gift.
All right. Let's not.
Pretty amazing at it.
Let's not get crazy. Here,
Okay.
Yeah.
You know what?
amazing. It took
You know
everybody
what kills
50
me?
years.
Before it's like Disney's like, oh, maybe it's a sign we shouldn't play it anymore. Meanwhile, then when he gets, he's like, yeah, yeah, okay.
It's a good feeling. I think I've only done that like once, maybe twice since I've known you. I really don't. I'm horrible at this though.
Oh God! All right, it's JP 105 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. We got a little while left before Mr. John Senning comes in and takes over. We'll be right back.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. The Bone Bonus is back. Money. Starting Monday, you can win $1,000 throughout the day just by listening to The Bone. You work hard and deserve this. Plus, we're pretty great, so why not listen? The Bone Bonus, starting Monday on 102.5 The Bone. Presented to you by Farah & Farah, Tampa's accident attorneys. FarahandFarah.com.
At Mayo Clinic in Florida, we are conquering the unconquerable. Our experts are leading the way with innovative regenerative medicines and biotherapeutics that can repair diseased, injured, or defective tissues and organs to help treat people with chronic medical conditions. We're making more possible at Mayo Clinic because every day we're doing what's never been done. Learn more at mayoclinic.org/possible. Mayo Clinic. You know where to go.
Avoid the stress of preparing to sell your home with a guaranteed offer from Mark Spain Real Estate. You can skip the hassle of spring cleaning and sell your home fast and for maximum value. Hey, it's JP, and don't worry about showings, open houses, or costly repairs. Mark Spain Real Estate's guaranteed offer allows you to bypass the market. You'll receive an all-cash offer and close within days. With over 12,500 five-star reviews, you can trust Mark Spain Real Estate to sell your home fast with their guaranteed cash offer. Go to markspain.com to get a guaranteed offer on your home today and start packing.
If Heineken Silver was a 60-second radio ad, it'd tell you all the stuff you need to know in only 30 seconds to keep things light and refreshing. Seriously, time me. Heineken Silver, a world-class light beer that's surprisingly crisp and refreshing. Made with only premium quality ingredients and just 2.9 grams of carbs and 95 calories. All without compromising on taste. Heineken Silver. Order now at Heineken.com/silver. Must be 21 and older to purchase. Enjoy Heineken responsibly. Whew. 30 seconds. That's it. Done. Peace.
This fall,
the police coming straight from the underground.
Ice Cube is bringing truth to power.
Am I illa? Then a natural born killer.
You know how we do. Featuring 4 decades of attitude, a musical production like he's never done before. Taking the stage at Amalie Arena, September 11th. Ice Cube, Truth to Power Tour. 4 decades of attitude.
Straight out of Compton, it's a crazy brother named Ice Cube.
On sale Friday, 10 a.m. at Ticketmaster.com.
It's 6:30 and the branch is closed.
Yep.
And you couldn't find your debit card.
Nope.
But you're going to get cash.
Yep. Cadence Bank Live Teller has extended hours, and I can get cash from my account with my driver's license.
My bank can't do that.
Nope.
With over 300 Live Teller locations with extended hours, there's opportunity here. Find a Live Teller near you at cadencebank.com/liveteller. Equal opportunity lender, member FDIC.
Springtime is here, and that means car buying season. If you plan on getting an electric vehicle, you're going to need an EV charger at home. Climate Design Home Services are your go-to company when needing to install or service an EV charger. Whether you own a Rivian, a Tesla, GM, or Ford, Climate Design Home Services can make charging as easy as plugging it in. Furthermore, if you need any type of panel adjustments or upgrades, the licensed electricians from Climate Design Home Services can ensure that you have enough power to charge everything in the comfort of your own home. No more driving around town looking for a charger, worrying you're going to run out of juice. Climate Design Home Services lets you charge at home. Call 727-295-1572 or go to climatedesign.com and schedule your EV charger installation. That's climatedesign.com.
Great Scott! Back to the Future is now on stage, and audiences are going wild, declares the New York Times. It's a jaw-dropping spectacle that hits all the right buttons, raves USA Today. When this baby hits 88 miles per hour, you're going to see some serious entertainment. Back to the Future, the musical, April 29th through May 4th at Straz Center. Get your tickets yesterday at strazcenter.org.
My whole identity had been wrapped up in being a soldier. To have that so violently ripped from me when I was wounded, I was lost for a very long time. When Wounded Warrior Project came into my life, being around the other warriors, people that had similar experiences that I did, it was a game changer for me. Having King join the group, that was the beginning of a really good friendship. It's a good time.
I first heard about Wounded Warrior Project through CQ. And at first I was kind of like, I don't know if I qualify. But having been a part of it, it's kind of taught me that it's not just the wounds that you can see, but it's those that you can't.
When you do something like a peer support group with Wounded Warrior Project and come together from different walks of life, man, the growth is incredible. If not for Wounded Warrior Project, I really don't think that I'd be here today.
See how we help warriors combat stigma at woundedwarriorproject.org/combat stigma.
102.5 The Bone. where the Lightning play. We are the official broadcast home of your Tampa Bay Lightning. And now, back to JP.
It's JP, 105 The Bone, Real Raw Radio. My son is driving me absolutely.
Car. When we get a good car, Dad. Car.
Oh, my God. And then we found one yesterday, believe it or not.
Oh, get out. That's
you're
awesome.
going to let, well, two of them were at some, like, farm machine dealership in Iowa.
What? I love what's the name of the town?
Founded it.
What if it's my uncle that you're buying for something?
It's possible.
I don't even know.
Well, if it's your uncle, tell him to call me back. DeWitt?
Oh, yeah, no, that's not. Yeah, but I know of DeWitt, Iowa.
DeWitt, Iowa, yeah.
Never mind.
So he found it, and the car is one of those, if it looks good, too good to be true kind of thing, but it was like the only two cars that they were selling.
Yeah.
One was a Jeep and one was a pickup.
Very small town.
But they sell all farm equipment, pre-owned, obviously, the used cars and that kind of thing.
Got it on auction, and has no, the thing is, they're in such an area where they're not going to get a lot of hits. You know what I mean? Not everybody's looking for a car. They're just.
It's on Facebook Marketplace. So I reached out to them. I said, "Hey, it says contact us." So I contacted them, but I haven't heard anything back.
Oh, it's Iowa. They're gonna take their sweet
I got news for
time.
you. If I can get that thing at that price, I wouldn't even go look at it. I just wire you the money, send it here.
I think that they're thinking. Think of the market they're in. People aren't going to pay a crap ton of money. You know what I mean? And also, how did you get on DeWitt, Iowa Marketplace?
Somehow scrolling. It came up. And my son showed me, and I'm like, all right, reach out to him. And I reached out to them, and I said, hey, is this thing still available? If so, can you please call me, blah, 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 blah. Or can just send me an email. Just let me know it's available. We'll take it from there, because I'll get on a plane. It would be worth me getting on a plane, checking it out, and having it shipped, or just doing it, here you go.
Yeah.
Right?
That's cool.
But
Because,
they
again,
never
the
got back
price
to
is
me,
going to
but
be different because it's Iowa, and they're
I
expecting the
know.
local people. They might be like, well, I don't need this person up this Yankee in New York. I don't know how they don't
That
talk
would
like
be,
that.
that's a horrible Iowa accent.
I know. I don't know what I'm doing.
I work with this girl from Iowa all the time. She sounds nothing like that.
I know. I'm from Iowa. I don't sound anything like that. I don't know what I was thinking. But I'm saying, it might not be, it's going to be a good price for that reason.
Yeah, he's bombing me with my son's like it just doesn't stop. And I get it. He's excited. I'm excited for him too.
Yes, you think about when you were that age and what kind of freedom and stuff. It's liberating.
Yeah, I don't want to have to drive him anymore. I'm not gonna lie. Like I'm ready for it. It's part of me. This is an investment in freedom.
No, would you just drive it back then, or how?
I know. I have it shipped. It costs $1,000 to have it shipped.
How much cheaper would it be just to
$1.
drive it?
They said their website said $1 a mile to have it shipped. It was literally 1,000. I put the addresses in. It was 1,003 miles.
But why don't you just drive? I think that they'd be cheaper to drive. No, I guess.
I probably can, but the time and going there and then driving back, it's going to take a day and a half to get back. Yeah. He doesn't even have his license yet, this kid. That's the other thing. He's driving me insane. He doesn't even have his license yet. He ain't getting no license, Lisa.
I got family who lives in Clinton, which is around there, and obviously Davenport, which isn't too far. I'm gonna go tell him to.
Tell him to go kick the tires on it.
Go check it out.
See what's up.
That's pretty cool. It's a weird, crazy, fun, meet cute story for you. Your son in his car, but if it works out, that's phenomenal. God bless the internet.
Yeah, I'm excited for him. He's a good dude. Yeah. He's a good kid. This one. He is a good kid.
What are you saying about your daughter, though? that sounded weird.
Yeah, we just fight. We fight too much. It sucks. I hate it.
I
hate that because.
But it's going to change, right? When she's here and independent and appreciative. It just, it's the age.
Yeah. I feel like she just doesn't appreciate things, which sucks.
Is there any chance, and she might not, she's young and we're all immature at that age, but is there any chance she's so much like you that she appreciates, but she can't, she refuses to tell you?
Oh, 100%. Anything about being just like me, 100%.
Yeah. I would say maybe lean on that part of it.
Blame me? So I got to blame myself?
No, I'm just saying,
what?
Oh, I don't mean to,
What's the matter?
Breaking
you got
news?
breaking news face.
Yeah. Oh, so, I forgot you can see me. Active shooter reported at Florida State. FSU as an active shooter. I don't know. This is like literally 8 minutes ago. So,
is there an update on it?
Let me see.
Why are you freaking out?
Because that's
Do
scary.
you have people at Florida State?
No, it's just really scary. A shooting has taken place at Florida State University in Tallahassee. Police are responding to the scene, which is near the student union, according to an FSU alert, which has advised students to continue to shelter in place. The FBI is assisting authorities. Sorry, I just happened to see that, and I didn't realize my face. I forget that you can see me, damn it.
I never understood that whole, shelter in place thing. There's a lunatic walking around with a gun. Just don't move and hope he doesn't find you.
Well, I mean, I think shelter in place is more like just stay inside, right? Like, don't go out and go to...
I guess.
I'm breaking the window and getting out of that school.
Oh, you mean you'd rather get off campus? But what if you don't feel safe if you're in your dorm room and you're not out there?
No. If I'm not at the area, I feel better.
I don't know where he is.
But what if you're safe where you are and since you don't know where he is and you bust out of the window and you go to where he is?
I'd make a mad dash for my car and hope for the best, I think. I don't like the idea of feeling like a sitting duck. I'm not making light of this situation at all, by the way. And please don't take it that way. But I just think, I feel like if I am unarmed myself, I just feel like a sitting duck. And for me, I think I'd feel more comfortable making a dash for it, get in my car and get off campus.
Yeah.
And I have too much of a fear of that space between where I just was safe and
it makes sense. I see both sides of it.
I don't know. Either way, it's just scary and
Bring
ridiculous.
the show to a grinding halt,
I know.
though.
Sorry.
Appreciate
I know.
that.
And it's the
That's
end
good
and
stuff.
all of that. I know. I just happened to see it. And again, God bless that camera. I completely forget. I wonder how many other things I do during the show the whole time. I'm like making faces.
We've gotten past the you rolling your eyes portion of the of the show.
Mention you're coming to visit next week. Let's see what she does.
I'll get those eyes rolling again. No problem.
Any updates on that, by the way?
Yeah, you said it when you were gone. Next week is not going to happen. I am working with. I spoke to Olivero
He spoke to me about you speaking to him.
about what about one
Metallica or AC/DC, I think he said.
Yeah. I want to do AC/DC. He seems to think we might have a better shot doing something at Riveters for Metallica. With Metallica,
Riveter's awesome, by the way.
possible. Yeah, it's funny when we came down there once. We did I think there was like a Roger and JP happy hour there. But he wanted to do like a liquid. You weren't there?
No.
I don't know if it was part of a bar crawl. It was in the afternoon though. We were there. They had us meeting with some of the sales staff.
Oh, okay.
I remember Simone was there.
Simone's the best. She's from
That I remember. Simone was there. But yeah, so we're working on either. I think both dates are in May. No.
One's in June. Metallica's June.
AC/DC's next week.
What?
No, AC/DC's in May.
Yeah.
Metallica's the first week in June.
Yeah.
Like June 6th or something like that.
So there's some time in between now and when you're going to come back, is what you're saying.
You bitch. You bitch.
I'm joking.
You bitch.
Not true.
But yeah, hopefully. So one of those things, hopefully we'll be able to do like a live broadcast from somewhere and then do a pre-show hang before everybody gets out there and throws the metal horns up. By the way, Monica, have you been seeing any clips of AC/DC? Because they're coming, all you see in the little snippets are the people with the light up devil horns that I told you about.
Oh, shut up. Oh, I kind of want to see this.
Next time I see it, I'll send it to you.
Okay, I need to know.
Next time I see it, I'll send it to you. That's it for us today. Thank you, Monica. Thank you, Dizzy. We'll be back tomorrow at 11 a.m. John Senning is in next. Have a great day, everybody. See you tomorrow.
You're listening to JP on 102.5 The Bone. We are Real Raw Radio. 102.5 The Bone. Tell us what you think.
Makes me feel good.
Head to the 102.5 The Bone app now and leave us an open mic. The Open Mic on the free 102.5 The Bone app is sponsored by 1-800-ASK-GARY.
Set the date. Barbecue Love Fest is Saturday, May 3rd at Perry Harvey Park in downtown Tampa from 11 a.m. to 7 p.m. Your ticket for this all-day celebration of barbecue includes barbecue samples from 20-plus cook teams, 7-plus renowned pitmasters from across the nation, and live music. The Bone and the Mike Calta Show have your tickets. Listen to win or buy your tickets now at bbqlovefest.com.
If you're hurt, accept no substitute. Call Farah and Farah.
Tampa.
Hurt in a slip and fall? Take back control of your life. Call Anajar and Levine, accident attorneys at 1-800-747-FREE.
At Brandon Honda, get 0 down, 0 security deposit, 0 first payment, 0 do-it signing. Hi, I'm Sam Robbie. Get a brand new CRV for just $199 per month. New Accords are just $189 per month, or get a new Civic for an incredible $169 per month. We're approving all credit applications, and we'll pay off your trade no matter how much you owe. Plus, get a real nationwide lifetime warranty, unlimited time, unlimited miles. Get all the facts at BrandonHonda.com.
Call 813-575-7725 for more information.
Derby Lane's awesome. We've been there a bunch of times. It's a great place to go for a night out with your boys, with a date night. And the best part is, instead of running up a bar tab that you have nothing to show the next day, you could actually win money at the legendary Derby Lane.
Whether it's a night out with the boys, maybe a little cocktail night with the ladies, or you got family in town, Win Derby at Derby Lane is the place for you. They're giving away on average $10,000 to $100,000 every day. Ultimate Texas Hold'em, their most popular game, but they've got something for everybody.
They sure do, and $5 minimum tables as well. Good luck finding those. That makes it very accessible for you and your novice gaming friends to sit down at a table, win a lot of money, and boy, those progressive jackpots, we're talking tens, if not hundreds of thousands of dollars.
There's plenty of parking, so don't you worry about that. You can still bet on the ponies remotely, and they've always got great tournaments going on. For more information on those, check out win-derby.com. That's win-derby.com.
Our massive Kia mega sale is going on now at Ken Ganley Kia Newport Richey. Buy with 0 down, 1.9% financing, or make no payments for 90 days. Sign and drive a new Kia from just $259 lease per month. 0 do-it signing. 25K4, 36 months, 10K miles per year, no security deposit required. $259 a month, 0 do-it signing. Bad credit, no credit, negative equity. If you earn at least $500 a week, we want to say yes, you're approved for a new 2025 Kia. Get massive savings on over 1,200 new Kias at Ken Ganley Kia Newport Richey on US 19. KenGanleyKiaNewportRichey.com. Tell them McKenzie sent you, because I want to see ya in a Ken Ganley Kia.
25 Sportage, $1,748 per month per 1,000 finance, 90-day deferred payment through Ally Bank, plus tax, tag, title, and doc fee on approved credit through KMF. Expires 4/30/25.
Are you worried about long-term injuries after an accident? I'm Tampa injury attorney Mo DeWitt. Before you settle, know your rights and know your options. Visit justcallmo.com. Let's make sure you're covered. Injured on the go? Just call Mo.
Hey, it's Bruce Woodburn with Cross Country Mortgage, the loan arranger. You know, I've been lending for over 35 years, and I've helped tens of thousands of clients. However, I want to let you know that if you're considering refinancing, stop what you're doing. I think rates are going to get a little better. Now, most mortgage lenders aren't going to tell you that. So I've created a VIP watch list just for you. Now, the only exception to waiting to refinance is if you're drowning in debt and you have equity in your property. Don't get scammed by somebody trying to convince you to refinance right now unless you need debt consolidation. Then contact me right away at 407-706-3313. But if you're waiting to reduce your interest rate or eliminate private mortgage insurance, stop, call me, and get on my VIP wait list. Go to WeBringYouHome.com. That's WeBringYouHome.com. Or call or text 407-706-3313.
Spring into savings at Crown Kia because it's all about location, location, location.
And Abby, it's all about selection, selection, selection. We have a sea of new Kias out there.
Over 400 new Kias available to choose from. Hurry in to shop our huge selection of no tariff inventory and save on a new Kia. Drive for only $219 a month.
Plus, no market adjustment or dealer installed options.
Crown Kia, the better way to buy.
And service.
CrownKia.com. For lease information and more details, call 1-800-371-0942.
You say you never give in to a meltdown and never fill your feed with kid photos. You say you'd never put a pacifier in your mouth to clean it and never let them run wild through the grocery store. So when you say you'd never let them get into a car without you there, no, it can happen. 1 in 4 hot car deaths happen when a kid gets into an unlocked car and can't get out. Never happens. Before you leave the car, always stop, look, LifeLock. Brought to you by NHTSA and the Ad Council.
It's tax season, and at LifeLock, we know you're tired of numbers. But this one you need to hear. $16.5 billion. That's how much money in refunds the IRS flagged for possible identity fraud last year. Now, here's a good number. 100 million. That's how many data points LifeLock monitors every second. If your identity is stolen, we'll fix it guaranteed. Oh, one last number. Save up to 40% your first year with promo code NEWS. Visit LifeLock.com for the threats you can't control. Terms apply.
1025 The Bone. Real Raw Radio. WHPT, Sarasota, Tampa, St. Pete. And 1073 WXGL HD2 St. Pete. Live from the Weathertight Windows studio.
Oh, here we go.
All systems go.
This is the true story about Mac.